Welcome to Draw with Jam. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make color changing clay. I had to experiment around a little bit to get the clay to come out just right, so I'll be showing you my successes and my failures in this video. All you're going to need is some polymer clay and some thermic powder. Thermic powder is a colored powder that when you heat it up a little bit, it'll change color. The particular powder I'm using is from the company Let's Resin. I will put a link in the description for this powder. Though I think other thermic powders might work, this is just the particular one I know will work because I used it in this video. For my first attempt, I flattened out a little bit of white clay into a bit of a bowl shape, and then I put some of the powder in the center of the bowl. Before mixing it together, I put on some gloves. So then I kneaded it in my hands, and the colors were kind of going together, though it was acting a little more crumbly than the clay usually acts. Once I'd mixed the color in as best as I could, the color wasn't quite bright enough for me, so I turned it into a bowl again and put some more dust in the center. And then I kneaded it again. I ended up repeating this a third time before I felt satisfied with the color. So I'm gently blowing some cold air on it to make it change color. So it changes color really well. So now I'm just going to shape it and put it in the oven to see how it turns out. So it's supposed to change from yellow to orange to a reddish color. And I thought, well, fire is red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to shape this clay into a cute little fire. All you need to do to shape your clay into a fire is to turn it into a circle and then put 2 dents into it using a toothpick or some other kind of small stick. Then pinch out the non-dented part to make 3 little spikes. Stretch the spikes and curve them a little bit to make them look a bit more flamey. Continue to shape the spikes until you feel satisfied with how they look. And your fire is complete. After putting it in the oven, this is how the piece came out. I ended up needing to put it in the fridge for a minute to make it change to the color it is when it's cold, which is red, and it's yellow when it's warm. My first attempt had a bit too many white swirls coming out of it for my liking, so I decided to give it another try. Unfortunately, I forgot to record when I gave it another try, so just imagine there's powder on the paper. I sprinkled a bit of powder onto the parchment paper, and then I rolled the white clay in the powder. Try to roll it into as long a snake as you can. If it starts to get crumbly, you can roll it into a ball in your hands, and then try to roll it into a snake in your hands before you put it on the parchment and the powder again. Once you successfully roll it into a snake, you fold it in half and twist it, and then you roll it into a snake again. You should repeat these steps until you've gotten all the powder off the parchment and the clay is one solid color. You can mix the colors together while using gloves or while using just your bare hands. But I feel like using your bare hands is better because the oil from your hands helps to make it a little less crumbly. Now that you've made your clay, you can shape it into anything you want. I'm going to try swirling 2 of the different colored clays I made together and then making a charm out of them. All you do is turn the 2 colors into snakes, twist those snakes together, fold the snakes in half and twist them again, and then roll them out, and then roll them into a ball, and they're swirly colors now. Then I just popped them into a mold, and then I popped them in the oven, and I'll show you the results. I took them out of the mold before I put them in the oven though. Ta-da! And the front side's even prettier. So this is the finished swirly charm I made, and I think it came out quite well. And these are the 2 pieces I made side by side, and they're slowly changing back to their cold color because it's very cold in my house right now. Or at least it was at the time of my recording this video. I'll put a link to another polymer clay tutorial I made in the description below. So please be sure to check it out.